Hello and welcome back to another video. I just wanted to take a couple minutes just to look over some new releases in the WordPress 6.6 beta that got announced the other day. This is actively under development and should be live, they reckon, around the 16th of July, they say in the post here. So it's just under 6 weeks from time of recording, which is pretty exciting. I wanted to show a quick overview on how to get the update installed. And then have a muck around with one of the cooler features that I have found really interesting from the update. So for this, I am using local and I am using the shell, but there is a plugin that you can use, the WordPressBeta plugin tester, select bleeding edge and then the beta RC channel. For me though, this is a little easier because I've been around WordPress CLI for a while, and you can see I'm running the current beta now. All you need to do is right click on the install and then click open site shell, and it will direct you to your default shell directory, which is where mine is. So if I go ls, I'm in the default WordPress directory. All you need to do is type in this command here, which is wp core update version 6 equals 6.6 tac beta 1, which is also highlighted in this article here, and I will have that on in the links in the video below, but that's sort of the highlight of the command there. And if we go back to our terminal, it will just update your WordPress version, and then you're good to go. I did also just have a habit restart my terminal, restart my local session as well, but you don't have to. But it is reflected here as WordPress version 6.6 tac beta 1, which is great. So that's how you install it and get started if you want to use the CLI route. But one of the things I wanted to showcase is a really cool sort of idea from the sort of component-based architecture coming from a non-sort of WordPress background. With things like headless WordPress and the like, you generally build components to be, or component library, and use them, make them reusable across your project, your app, your site, whichever you want to do. WordPress has kind of seen that and taken some strides from that with the patterns, which is fantastic. Patterns have been around for a little while now, but if we have a look at what this is, it's one of the updates here. If I go to the article here, if we look at the overrides and sync patterns option, this is kind of what we're going to highlight here. So if I go down to our patterns on the left, our full site editor, and I click on my patterns, and I'll show you the pattern. I quickly built this before. It's just a basic sort of really rough call to action block with, and if we blow this up and have a look, it's a couple groups, full size exposed with, full width sort of exposed, with a row, with a image, and then inside that image next to it in that row is a stack with a header, a paragraph, and a button. And it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty bland and ordinary, but we'll change that in a minute. But this is what this looks like. And I've deployed it, and this is kind of what that pattern looks like on the site. This is just create a web page with sort of one of the included patterns, and then you can see my testing pattern deployed in 4 places. So individually stacked on top of each other as just a block, and then in a row left and right of each other with sort of equal spacing between the two. So if we have a look at what this is, so what this pattern sort of override aims to do is, if you want to go ahead and deploy a pattern like the call to action that's built within a design brief, say from a designer or within a client sort of spec across your site, say, a call to action button or a header or any sort of reusable components that you would be deploying en masse across a site, you can build it once and change it and adjust it as required. So how that has worked in the past is you've had to go and adjust each pattern every time individually. It's a bit of pain in the bum. With the override pattern option, by default, you can go down into, for example, if I want to change this button's color. So if I want to go here and I go into the block pattern, and then I want to change my background, change the color to orange, and I click save. What that will do is if I hop back into my pattern and I refresh the page, what it will do is if I scroll down, and all my buttons now have been colored to the same color, that orange, which means that I can literally build it once and deploy it across a site, which is amazing. It's a really sort of groundbreaking sort of tool that we've had a little while in, the way Node.js sites will be built with things like React or Svelte or whichever. And just that methodology around reusable components. WordPress has had a little bit of like this in the past, but you've had to use page builders. This is organic and built into the block editor and Gutenberg, which is amazing. I'm really impressed with this. And in terms of like adding more customization and ability for, maybe not so technical folks to just build something once and then use it across an entire site, especially if that site's getting really, really, really big, this is groundbreaking. I'm really impressed. So I just want to quickly highlight that. It's a short video, but if you want to like and subscribe, I'm planning on going through a bit more on the WordPress 6.6 beta. As you can see, there's a few things that they've added within the beta. I really want to go into this grid layout as well for CSS Grid, or their implementation of CSS Grid. So keep watch, and I will update some more videos later, and I'm planning on adding more to my tutorials as well. Been a bit radio silent the last sort of week or so, but those videos are coming back up now. I've recorded a few more, so look out for those shortly. Take care and see you shortly.